about that. All right, man, I got all called up with fucking around with the new camera. Oh, hello, my sweet. So won't you come with me? There's oh so much to show in this grimdark distillery. So if you like bullshit or want some hobby tips, this nightmare priest, nigh unbinary, herald magnificent, welcomes you. Hello, my sweets. Okay, so bear with me because today we are going to be fucking with our new lens. It's not really new, but I haven't done anything with it at all. This is the first time I've gotten it out of the little backpack that I got for it. So today we're going to be doing some teeth because now I can zoom in like I need to. Here's a claw. That's a talon. Talon of a kitty, as they say. I don't know whose. Maybe Theo's. It's pretty big. I'm gonna put it over here. So, whole bunch of different things that I worked on this weekend. The biggest one's probably the Necropolis board. Let's see, what else did I fucking do? Oh yeah, I built a whole bunch of stuff for Necropolis that I'm still working on. I reorganized some stuff. I don't know if you guys remember these, but long time ago, Kelly and I said about defacing a lot of the iconography on them, as well as putting some real good texture on there. I got those repainted to go along with how I'm typically painting my weathering now. I also got the last 4 pieces of the 1490 Doom castle put together. So just this kind of thing. They're drying right now. I got those painted this morning. I think like six pieces. 1, 2, 3. Yep, 6 pieces. Already got 6 pieces painted. So I'm feeling pretty good about my productivity for today. And we're just getting started, babies. Did I actually like line that up to where it's going to zoom in right? Fuck, yeah, that's cool. Right on that little square, huh? Let's move it a little bit. Alrighty. Do. Wonder where everyone is. It's okay. They'll get here eventually. And if not, that's fine too. Or if you're lurking, welcome. This is not what we're going to be doing today. What am I doing? We're going to be messing around with some little teeth, which means we need to finish gluing this guy in. Adam Yule's lurking. Hello, Adam. Wonderful to have you lurking. I love a good lurker. I get it. Alrighty. So, first and foremost, put a little hole in the back of that head. This is the lion from the Untamed Beasts. Lion from the Untamed Beasts head. Man, okay, that's a little bit. Let's see. Yeah, no. Hey, turns out that using a camera that's like, or a lens that's like 3 times as powerful as the one I've been using, turns out I can zoom in a little bit more. Who would have thunk it? Probably all of you. It's just hard to switch and do something new sometimes, which seems crazy to say because I'm constantly always trying to do new things. But technology is absolutely not one of those things that I feel comfortable just messing around with all the time. Let's see about, there we go. Oh, right there. Focus. Other way. Yeah, now we're getting there. Oh. Let's see. That looks pretty, yep, that's pretty much exactly where I'm wanting. Alrighty, so a couple different things that I'm thinking here. Number 1 being we're probably going to do teeth with this little piece of wire right here, which has already got a whole bunch of shit on it. So I'm thinking it might be best. Let's go ahead and switch that out for a new piece of wire that does not have any super glue residue on it because we've never thought about using it for pinning. That seems like a good choice. In the event that we get bored, I'll go ahead and put a whole bunch of little tools over there too for some O-rings and leather and all that fun stuff. But I know these teefies have got to go. in the mouth. So, this is from, who is this from? I cut off the brand. Metal Shapes. Metal Shapes. This is .020 music wire, number 5499. 4 pieces. Hobby trains, boats, planes, cars, RC. Design, model school projects. DIY repair. What the hell are you repairing with this? Well, that's not. That's a dumb question. I repair shit with this stuff all the time. Alrighty. Theo is currently having a little rest in the princess chair over there. Theo is the princess. I don't think you can really see it too well, but we do have company now. This is Margot's business associate, Mr. Yakamura. He typically shows up around the holiday seasons. The first time he came to visit us, there was a very big mix-up. Everyone referred to him as Margot's Christmas friend, and she informed us that that's not okay. You can't call him that. His name is Mr. Yakamura. He is one of Margot's business associates. Often seems to me like a money laundering partner, but what do I know? Alrighty, so let's go ahead and get a little itty bitty pen vise. This little guy. As far as the gauge on this, I'm not sure off the top of my head. I would bet it's probably like .025. It's little, but it's big enough that I'm going to make a hole that will allow us to feed those teeth in there. Yeah, so let's go ahead and mark this off first and foremost. I'm going to grab a Pigma, one of these little microns. I'm going to grab a really small one, so I can try to put the dot as close as possible to where we're going to be drilling. It's a 0.5, 0.3, so that's better. 0.7, that's a 0.05, so that's probably best. 0.25, 0.6. Okay, so one of those two. One of those two are going to be our best bet. I'm betting it's this one though. For those of you who are not familiar with these, I'm a big fan. Shit, I'll zoom back out real quick because that's going to be wild if I don't. Okay. So this is a Winsor & Newton, I want to say archival pen or watercolor pen. Does it say it on here? Winsor & Newton, water-resistant non-fading pigment ink, fine liner. It is black. It is .05. I am a big fan of these. As an example, I can show you another time that I've used it, is on this. How deep in there are you? You're pretty deep. We'll see. Shit. I mean, honestly, probably the easiest one to show you is also in the terrain. Okay. Well, looks like it's going to have to be Black Templar. I'll show that. Where are you? Here you are. Okay. So as an example of why I like those and why they're solid, I did the writing on these parchments. As you can tell, this is roughly 3 inches tall. This is a 3-inch tall model that now lost the top, so now it's only like a little bit over 2. I can fix that. It's pinned. It's pinned. No, maybe it wasn't. It should have been. This is why we pin, my sweets. So let's just zoom in here so you can see what the hell I'm talking about. It's going to take me a minute to get used to this new lens, but we'll get it, don't worry. All right, yeah. If you can tell, there's very fine writing on other way, baby. There we go. There we go. Hey, you're doing it. So yeah, there is some very, 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 very small writing on there. That is from that Winsor & Newton pen. It looks very good in real life. It's kind of hard to get. I'm also trying to fuck around with this lens. Yeah, no, okay, that's good. You can see it. Yeah, so those little itty bitty little words that I wrote, that I scribbled out, I did with this because it's 0.05. Very, 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 very fine. I'm going to use that to poke where I want these little teeths. That way I can keep track of where to drill. Might have seemed like a little bit of a ridiculous thing to do to show that, but I'm okay with it. So we're going to want 2 right there. And of course he's got those little kitty teeth that are in the front, little front teeth. Yeah. So the ones that I'm mainly probably going to add are going to be the canines. I feel like the canines need to be defined. The others I'm pretty confident I can just sculpt in. Let me adjust my hand, that way you can see what I'm doing. They don't need to go too deep, just deep enough to get that to catch. And it might have been a good idea to poke it to get a little bit of a footing to drill on. Probably. That probably would have been a better idea, Eli. I'm not worried about them being too perfect though, because their teeth are not going to be perfect. They're beastmen. They don't brush them. They don't do anything. They just kind of come in how they come in. Both the beastmen and their teeth. Alrighty. This morning, Mowgli, super busy today, just came to drop a like and say hi. Hi, Mowgli. Love you, bud. Hope you're doing well. Sorry you've got a busy day. You will be missed. We will miss you. Yeah, that looks like it's going to be a good spot for 2 little teepees. And they're going to go in just like this. Yeah, something like that. Yeah. Now that's what I'm talking about. Now that's what I'm talking about. Beastmen Teeth 2025, baby. Right there. Let's see if this does not. Hey, it didn't throw it. So how big are these teeth going to be? That's pretty big. That's comically big. Right there. That's probably better. And they need to go over just a little bit. How about this? To the right is where it should be. Right here. But hey, we can use that for the other little teeth in the front. In fact, I might just cut those do a little pre-cut. Yeah. It's right there and right here are where we actually need those. Not too bad. Not too far off from where we thought we were going to have them. There it is. Little drill. So his lips are kind of pulled back. Thoughts on the zoom lens? Is that what you're using? Yeah. So this is the 50 to 250 zoom lens. It definitely, I enjoy it. Also, hi Adam. Good to have you, buddy. Man, I am so jealous of all that beautiful artwork that you were showing me. It's so good. God, I want to see the Martin piece in person so bad. Yeah, no, so I had to raise, we've got, I'd probably say about a 7 or 8 inch elevation change for the 55 to the 150. But it seems pretty solid. It seems really solid. We definitely can get a lot closer in there. That looks a lot more in focus than it would if yeah, like especially right there. It definitely is going to take a little bit to get used to, but I definitely am a fan, and I think that it was definitely a good move. That was a recommendation from the old brother, and he was very, very on point about it. Let's see. What do I need to be doing right now other than putting teeth in? I was getting out to do something. Peppermint mocha creamer. I'm just drinking a full cup of peppermint mocha creamer. That's not true, it's coffee. But it's, we're in full Krimbim, baby. So. I'm really excited to work on that Necropolis board, especially those trees. The main tree, the one that's really, really, really good. I'll go ahead before I fuck it. No, we're gonna work on the teeth. I need to focus and get on the teeth. Do the teeth. I can show that later. I just got the zoom kind of recentered. So yeah, where a cat's teeth, the canines, come out, their lips kind of curl around when they open their mouth. So we want to have it almost on the very edge, but we still want to be able to make sure that that's a little piece of metal, I tell you what. And I do have actual teeth that I have removed. That's better. That's it. There we go. That was it. So we're just going to put a little bit of crazy glue there, which is my absolute preferred super glue. Again, shout out to Adam and the wires for turning me on to crazy glue. It is really good. I definitely like, it's reliable. That's it. The other super glue that I use in just copious amounts is essentially whatever is absolute cheapest on Amazon. I buy it in bulk because I bathe things in cyanoacrylate, which is definitely sometimes not great. So right about there, and then we're going to come in, should be right there. Let's see. I have other, there we go. So I've got other tools that I could use to put that in, or to cut, but I don't think any of them are as reliable of making the cut and not throwing the piece as far away. Those just have a lot more oomph to them. So that tooth's a little bit longer, and that's probably okay. I kind of like them being two lengths. Theo has one tooth that often sticks out, so I kind of like that. And from here, I think we're probably, I could do metal for the other two, or for the other four. There's going to be 4 little teeth in there. Bing, 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 bing. Which are just a little, kind of like people teeth, like when a little kitty cat smiles. You can see it's got like four little front teeth that are very much more human-esque, as opposed to the canines, which are typically the most noticeable, what you're going to see when you think of a cat or an animal. So we're also going to try to rotate these a little bit. That way we get, yeah, the right angle. Where are we at? There you go. And they would probably look okay as that if we did not really care. But, you know, we're going to be sculpting around that and over that. And I just dropped in the music wire. So, there's my music wire. Okay. Let's see. And we're going to have to do a lower jaw. But I think the lower jaw is either in here and we've kept it, or B, we were going to just make one, which is kind of seeming like what we're probably going to want to do. I'm thinking we wanted to make one because getting the jaw to match with the new teeth. So sorry about that. Getting the jaw to match with the new teeth is going to be difficult because it was never sculpted to have teeth like that inside of it. So, are his, yeah, and they're also, yeah, that's good. That's good. I'm happy with that. I don't think I want to, let's see. It might be better to use a piece of metal, a very small, I think that's what we're going to do. Okay, so, hi Mowgli, we love you too. Hi USA Libertarian, good to have you. So, the teeth are not going to be very, they're not going to be touched. It's just I need it to be firm enough to be sculpted on. So if we super glue this let's see, this foil. I think that's what we're going to do. I think we're going to use foil. So let's go ahead and remove this excess super glue buildup where we put that other tooth. Kind of get that filed down a little bit. We're going to run a piece of foil, I think, right across the middle there. And it needs to be pretty small. About yay tall. Honestly, we might glue that to the back of those two teeth. I think that's what we're going to do. Unless we want to try and cut it and get it right in between them, which seems honestly doable. Seems doable, and I think that's what we should do. Sorry about there. Hi, Margot. Hello, Princess. I did explain to them that Mr. Yakamura was here for business. And I did make sure to explain that no one is to call him Christmas friend because that is not appropriate. He is a respectable businessman. Like yourself. Margot's all about her business. Nice to hear you using that other lens. What have you been using before? So, also, hi Eric. So before that, I've just been using the standard one that comes with, hi Margot, the standard one that comes with the camera, the 16 to 50. So yeah, now I've got the 55 to 250 on there. And I'm very happy with it, I think. I think that looks better. You can definitely see what I'm doing now. Whereas the other day, girl, I am trying to talk. You don't care. I don't care. It's my show. This is my stream. Are you wanting to say hi? Or are you just being difficult? A little bit of both. Okay. That's always allowed. My dad says I can be as big of a little monster as I want to, and there's no repercussions whatsoever. Okay, nice to hear that added zoom ranges help. I think so. I think it definitely helps, especially getting in on this kind of stuff. Whereas before, I didn't even feel like I even had the option to kind of show sculpting the teeth. Okay, come here. Hi everybody, it's me, Margot. Boopa 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 boopa. Hi Possum, thanks for coming to the show. I know you didn't like that little jiggle. I'm sorry. She's mad. I love you, Margot. Don't be mad at me. You have just been kind of walking around the basement screaming for a little bit though, so I feel like I kind of got the impression you wanted to do a little dance and everyone to see. I get it. Fuck. There it is. Okay. So we're going to take this. Let's flip it upside down. And this is going to be the basis for the teeth. Also, hi, possum. I was worried. So where's my possum? Yeah. Yeah, honestly, it might need to be a little bit smaller. Yeah, probably a little bit smaller. We can shave just a smidgen off of that. Let's do it. You're sick. Oh no! What happened? Who did this to you? Give me a name. That's better. I want a name. Good morning, folks. Morning, Roz. Good to see you. Good to see you. Okay, some little kitty teefies. Who wants to see some teefies? Little kitty teefies. Yeah, something like that. This morning, I don't know if you guys are familiar with Ashniko, but just to keep you up to date with what's going on in my world, this morning I woke up and I had to blow my nose, and when I did, it sounded like the intro to the song Sleepover. And I said, huh, that's funny. And Kelly was just like, that kind of sounded like Sleepover. And I was like, it did. It was just like, it was real weird. I just thought I would share that. That's going to be so good. Look at those kitty teeth. Hot dog. Let's give him some more. You know you're gonna need more teeth when you're a little kitty in more time. Sometimes the world just wants to pick on you just because you're wampus. Good morning, Atri. Everybody is here. So today I'm going to get your little package in the mail. It's not a little package. It's a pretty big box. But I have not forgotten, I promise. Marco, can I see your teeth? Just no. Just finished dilating. Is that the Reddit thing or the Discord thing? Wampus? So you're my cleanup audio. Just finished deblating. You're my cleanup audio. Okay, I am the cleanup audio. I don't fully understand, but I'm here for it, and I'll do what I need to do. Is that the Reddit thing or the Discord thing? I don't understand. The Reddit thing? Did I message something on Reddit? I don't understand. I don't know. So this is the cat boy from Mordheim. And I was talking about, I got a bunch of stuff that I was going to mail you. Little care package. There we go. Right about there. Snip, snip. And then we're going to have to make that a little bit smaller again. So let's grab it on the flat edge. Boop. Gardner, longest of times. Good to see you, good to see you. Everybody's here today. Hot dog. Well, hot dog. They heard about the new lens and they were like, I'd like to sculpt some teefies. I get it. Everybody wants to know how the teefies go in there. And it happens like this. Man, what a good little kitty smile already. Right there? Right there. Yeah. Wow. Big old kitty teeth. So, I'm gonna have to look at a picture of a cat. I don't have cat teeth. What am I doing? A hot dog sounds good. Man, makes me want a hot dog real bad. Sup, nerd? Hi, Chris. Hey, subpar. How are you? I gotta look up a picture of cat teeth real quick. Let's see. Oh, that's great. Look at that. Look at that. That looks like Margot's teeth, kinda. Okay, so there's 6 teeth. That's good. That's good. Not 4. 6. And then I think there's a little space. Show me the side next to your little kitty teeth. That's good. I meant the Wumpus, but I remember now. It's Discord. Okay, gotcha. The Wumpus. Reddit is Snoo. Snoo. I'm confused. What? I just want to see a picture of cat teeth, like the side of the cat teeth. I'm pretty sure they've got a little space there. They got a little space there. Okay. Well, now that we've all looked at cat teeth together, let's sculpt some cat teeth, shall we? That foil is actually pretty set. So, now we just need to do the other side. I do think that there is a space after the canine based on the pictures that we just looked at. So we're going to have to keep that in mind. I'm going to just try to figure out where the hell to spin this bad boy. Hey, I think that's it. Probably right there. Should I drop a light? Hey, let's move the light maybe. Fuck it, let's go a little deeper. That's probably good. There we go. I think that got it. So, we're gonna want to take some off the top. Bye, Atri. Okay, clean up done. Got to get ready for doctor's appointment and such. Well, have fun. Have a good day. Good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Tee-hee. Teeth, teeth, teeth. All right. Those look about the same length. They do. Let's glue them in. Gluing in some TVs. How long are those? About long enough that we need to cut it right about. Yay. Yeah, we got it. Okay. Put a little more super glue down and then we put the teeth in. Now. Thinking from the top. And then we're going to just slowly kind of push that up. We might have to go back in and adjust that because, yeah, it's trying to lay flat now. Stop it right there. Alrighty, and now we just need to, might be a little too zoomed in here. Uh-oh. Nope. Just a little bit. Right there. There we go. Yeah, that's good. That's how we get those good cat teeth. Now let's hit with just a little bit more super glue, and then we're going to try to find our zip kicker real quick so we can get that set as quick as possible. It's probably already set though. This is pretty quick. Yeah, that's going to be good. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. We're still looking good on there? Yeah, we are. Bam, that looks like a kitty head if I've ever seen one, except the little gold. It's like a little kitty with a grill. Yeah. It's gonna be good, it's gonna be good. I got a cut on my finger. Where did that come from? Also, where the hell's my zip kicker? That's always a fun one to try to find because it is always on my desk, which means it's always getting moved around, so I have other room. There it is. All right, should be locked in now. Should be locked in. Now we can do some sculpting of the teefies. Theo is still in the princess chair, and I think Margot went upstairs. I'm not sure if she actually likes Mr. Yakamura being up there, because that's kind of her spot, but I feel like she kind of does. I don't have them plugged in because there's only 2 outlets up there. There is actually one like a foot further away, but I couldn't get it to reach. I'll work with that. I just thought it would be fun. A little Christmas decoration. All right, time to do some teeth. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Time to sculpt some little kitty teeth. I'm gonna need gloves. Nick hates it when I don't use gloves. So I'll use them. For you, Nick. Key is to always blow it up like you're gonna make a balloon animal. Learn that tip from Forrest Galante. Catches animals, gives them kisses. I do that too, kind of. And we're done. Ugh. Okay. Man, and it's 8:40. I'm knocking out coffee like a boss today. Gotta take the little wins sometimes. Okay, so I'm just gonna grab this one. Man, I wish I had read the whole message that Nick sent initially about these jars, because a wide mouth jar would have been a really good choice on my part. And it's not like I wasn't told that. I just kind of ran with the information that I got before I have, completely finished it, which is not a good choice. Don't do that. Read the whole thing. Too long didn't reads are kind of dumb, in my opinion. You should read. Alrighty. Just making some green stuff. Need a tight. Ugh. Yeah, I think the time is coming for colds and overcoats. This weekend, saw my buddy Doug, good old Douglies, and I'm gonna blow my nose. I've got to blow my nose. I'm sorry. Saw Doug and Drewby, and oh fuck, that's a magnet. Okay. Give me that back. No. Okay. Sorry about that. Did not mean to clip it real hard. So we got some green stuff now. We just need a little bit of epoxy sculpt. Not very much. Just a pinch. Just a pinch. Now see, the epoxy sculpt, it's not an issue because I've still got a lot of it. But eventually it's going to suck too. Because again, not a wide enough jar. It's just, what am I doing here? Come on. Yeah, saw some friends I haven't gotten to see, one of which I haven't seen in like 20 years. So, that was good. It's good. Had a good little time about town. Much ado about nothing, as they say. Man, I'm just like, oh, I'm just going to be sculpting. I don't need that many tools. But yet my desk is just covered in tools and handles and parts of that model now. That came from Abaddon. It's a good bit. Eventually I might revisit them. If I do, it will be as a 3rd edition Black Templar Force, not Primaris. I do not care for the Primaris, nor their origins, nor their insane lore or depiction in the art. There's a lot of things I don't like about it. Not having women also, female Space Marines, after you've already done that, is just probably the biggest one. Anywho, I could rant on that for days. Let's go ahead and scrape some of this old clay off of our poker stick. That's good. Get a little bit of Nevea. Yeah, we still look like teeth over there. Hey, that's so good. How firm are you? Pretty firm. Yeah, that's gonna be good. So first and foremost, let's do these little baby teeth. I'm gonna grab a color shaper. I'll use the Nevea that I've already got on my hand. I'll put a little bit more up there. So we're gonna try to do this as smoothly as possible. Smooth. So we've got some gums in there. We've got gums, and we've got some little kitty teethies. They're actually pretty big kitty teeth. Like scale-wise, these are like tiger teeth. Tigers also got those little silly teeth though. You gotta watch out for them. They'll get you. Let's go ahead and get that blade wet. So we're gonna be doing a lot of this work with our X-Acto knife actually. The majority of it. So let's start with the very first tooth. It's gonna be right there. Let's see, another 1, 2, 3. So there's 6. 6 teeth in a cat's mouth right there. One, 2, 3, 4. We do kind of want there to be some still up at the top. I might have to go and do the gums afterwards though, because I don't like to do too much on top of each other, because it absolutely lends itself to relying too much on the green stuff to be able to bear the pressure, and I'm a little heavy-handed at times. So maybe we should actually fuck around with smoothing that with a much lighter color shaper. Trying to make sure that I'm still in focus. Yeah, man, no, I'm a big fan of this lens. The more that we use it, the more I'm like, okay, this is good. Now, as far as the lips, we're going to definitely undo the lips later. The little teethies, I don't see any problem doing those and the gums. Alrighty. 2. That first one I'm okay with. First one's at a good spot. And anyway, we probably need to work from one side to the other, not. Yeah, that's good. Yuri! Hi, Yuri. Good to see you. Good to have you here. As always. Let's grab a little bit from over there, because I'm thinking working in one line is going to be our best bet here. So we're wanting to keep these nice and individualistic as far as like separation and whatnot. So we're going to want to not go from multiple angles, we're going to go from just one. And then work our way across the mouth. Now that's a good little kitty tooth. I like that. What a great hyperfixation of details there. Ah, Yuri. What? Thank you. I'm pretty pleased. I'm thinking it's gonna be good. We're gonna. Yeah, it's gonna be good. He's gonna be a good big old kitty boy. I'm very pleased so far. We just gotta keep it going. That's gonna be a little more than we want, but that's okay because I'm just kind of pulling and grabbing what I need of it. And once this is set a little bit, we'll go back in and we'll clean it up. His teeth are also probably not going to be the cleanest, so I don't have to worry too much about that. But I want to make sure that the detail that I want is visible. Like that. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 little kitty teeth. Yeah, that's good. Now my gang at Mowgli and also the one's busy today, huh? Yeah, I know. It's just everyone switches off. It's good though. I'm very thankful to have so many different people popping in all the time, keep me going, keep me busy. I love having people to talk to while I'm doing it. Fuck yes. Okay. Those are some good kitty teeth. Can we see those a little clearer? Let's see. Can we get those kitty teeth a little bit zoomed in? Nope. That might be the closest that I'm going to be able to get while keeping this thing in focus. Nah, there we go. Let's see. Yeah. Nope. That's good. Bam, baby. That's some teeth. Those are some kitty teeth, I tell you what. If I ever seen kitty teeth, if my son wasn't sleeping in the princess chair, I'd be like, yo, show me your teeth. I mean, I don't make my son show me his teeth. He typically does that. He was needy this morning. I was trying to make coffee and he was just standing on his little back legs trying to get me to carry him and walk around the house with him. That's what happened. Let's make some more teeth. Now, part of me is just like, the skill in these tiny teeth. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Chris. Inspired from Margot's teeth. Of course, satisfied Cato teeth. Very good, a very good teeth. A very good teeth. A very good. Yeah, so those gums, we'll have to go back and touch those gums up. But I don't want to fuck with that anymore. I'm gonna try to make sure I keep this thing. So let me see. Actually, fuck that. I'll be right back. I've got a skull upstairs. Let me grab that. That's a better reference. I'll be right back, my sweets. Actually, I mean, it's also like 8:55. I'm gonna go pee, grab a skull, and I'll be right back. Boo doo 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 bee doo 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 boo doo bee doo doo doo. And we're back. Okay. So, went upstairs, went to go pee. And also I grabbed this skull. This is a bobcat skull. I like it. It's good. I've got a regular kitty skull upstairs. Yep, man, I should have just done this in the front. Look at those teeth. He says, hey, kids. Yuck, 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 yuck. I'm coming into Mordheim, and I'm going to eat your family and steal all your stuff, especially little rocks. So it looks like they've only got 3 teeth after, nope, 4? No, just 3. Just 3 teeth. They have less teeth than I would have thought. Okay. Fair enough. So I went ahead and I switched out to my really, really, really small knife because we're going to cut that foil now. Just make sure that this thing's sharp as shit. So we want a space in between the teeth, right about there. Yeah. Got-y. Right about there. And then same thing over on this side. Okay, that should do it. And then is one of those longer than the other? Yeah. We're gonna need to snip that one real quick. It's gonna be easiest if we take it out of here. And I'm seeing from the other angle, yeah, those teeth are gonna look good. They do look a little big, but I'm thinking it's because there's no other teeth in the mouth. It'll be less noticeable. Their size will look more correct once we get it. So that's a big head. It's got a big head. You don't get to be the chieftain without a big bite. That's why they call Theo Iron Jaws. Well, they call him Iron Jaws mainly because that was his pirate name back when he used to sail the 7 seas as a scourge. A scourge to all those unfortunate enough to meet him. He's not a pirate anymore, though. He doesn't like to talk about it. Also, kind of like an orc. Iron Jaws. Okay, let's get that little piece of metal out of that epoxy green. Let's grab that back. So, these teeth are a little different. Kind of like shark teeth, actually. As far as the shape. There are 3 of them. There's one that looks like a shark's tooth, and then there is one very kind of strange chewing molar. I'm going to say biting, tearing molar. It looks like it would be used for chewing meat. They are carnivorous in nature. Shark tooth. That needs to be pushed down further before we start using the knife. And then we need to make sure that we lubricate everything really good because it is trying to stick to us and not to the foil. That's another reason that I used the foil. One, it's going to give me a firm surface to sculpt against, but 2, that looks good. It's going to give me a firm surface to sculpt against, but also it's going to have something for the kneaded height to grab onto. Which will make it easier to not have to keep going back and touching it up. So, shark looking tooth, I think we kind of got that going. Yeah, that looks good. All right, and then we need another, I think the compound molar here. So we're gonna grab a little bit more green stuff. Right there, that's like the edge where it wants to like stop. But yeah, that's good. Right there. We're gonna grab. Man, also I made a lot of green stuff in comparison to how big these teeth are. That's all good. I'm gonna take my glasses off, so bear with me for a second. You, my friend, we might have to file that tooth. We'll probably have to file that tooth. I don't think I'm going to be able to cut it with my... This is a different type of metal. I'll give it a shot. Let's see. Is this strong enough to cut that? No, it's not going to be. It's not going to be. I'm going to fuck these up if I try that. This is steel. So, music wire is fucking very, 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 very hard steel. In order to cut that, I either need to be using these or I need to file it. So we're probably going to file it after a little bit. There we go. Use your raw strength. My raw strength. Oh, man. Nope. If you use your raw strength a lot of times, you end up with this situation. I don't know if... Let's see. Can you see that? This is what happens when you try to raw strength music wire or steel of any kind. See that perfect little hole in the middle? Pretty sure if we take one of these pieces of steel wire, yeah, see how it kind of goes right there? That is exactly what happens when you try to use the wrong tool for the job. This steel is so much stronger than the metal that these are made out of that it just warps the metal around. The only thing that I have that I'm pretty confident is strong enough to cut that is these. They're a little bit more intense. Yeah, that's good. Give you a side view of those teethies. I'm pretty damn happy with that. That looks pretty good. They look like little sharp shark cat teeth. They look similar. They look similar to the way that those teeth look. So I'm happy with that. And I also touched up a little bit on there. I'm gonna fuck around and find out. There we go. I'm really pushing my luck here. I do not feel confident that I'm not going to fuck up any of these teeth. But, hey, I did it. Okay. That's good. That's the face that he makes. It's kind of the face Margot makes. Sometimes. Okay. So let's go ahead and put a little bit of green stuff on there. It's not wanting to stick, so we need to make sure we have a lubricated tool. And again, lubricating your tools is to make sure that the Knead-A-Tight has something more preferable to stick to, so it does not stick to your tools. It makes things, there's less resistance, less restrictions on it getting caught and whatnot and what have you. So we need a little bit more green. Let's get this wet so we don't have to worry about it sticking. That's more than I need, but we're gonna go with that until we figure it out. Let's go in here with let's put that green stuff off there and we'll just put it on my glove. Yeah, right there. Okay. So right there is where it needs to be placed. We're just going to build up, pushing that one way and the other, until we get that nice pointed sharp tooth to match the other side. Go in, get this a little bit more wet. Okay, now we're going to smooth that out. Get off my knife. Quit doing it. There we go. Yep. That needs to be a little bit more precise. Right there. All right. That is the first of our jaws. Come here, you. Right there. Okay. So the next one, same amount of teeth. Man, kitty teeth at the bottom are gnarly. Yeah, so this mandible is broken. My domesticated cat skull is completely intact, but my bobcat was not completely solid. Only acquired it. Okay, well, I got one top mouth done for reference. I'm going to let that dry before I fuck with it anymore, because it absolutely is going to be really difficult to do what I'm trying to do without messing up what I've done already. That needs to be a little bit more smoothed out and defined before I'm willing to call that good. There we go. This needs to scooch over a little bit. Okay, that's where it needs to be. It looked okay, but I think this is better. I want to make sure that they are as symmetrical as possible, but also not completely. I think we're doing good. This will be a lot easier to touch up whenever it's done. Drying a little bit. I'm really trying to get as close to what I'm wanting before it cures. I think that's it. I think that's it. There we go. That's it. We'll let that set, and then we will go from there into getting the lower jaw, getting those more defined. But yeah, yeah. Okay. Back in the cork you go to try. Who's next? We probably want to wait to do the lower jaw. It's going to be like that. It's going to be roaring, very bestial kind of pose. Muscles that we kind of put in there are definitely looking good. Definitely happy with how that turned out as far as a little six-pack goes. How many teeth does this little kitty skull have? Let's see, GW. 2, 3, maybe 4 altogether, plus the fangs. You're missing some teethies. And that's okay. Same with you. You don't have all your teethies if you were a kitty, but you're not a kitty, so that's okay. That's a kitty, though. As far as from here, probably want to go with another head. Yeah, we do. We want to go with the shaman head because I would like to get that one done. Let's see. This is the head we were using for the shaman. This one's going to get quite a bit more fun stuff. Okay. So, first and foremost, I want to drill these eyes. Then we are just going to take our knife, kind of clean that up. Might smell just a smidge. There we go. I think that's better. Yeah, then we can really dial it in. Honestly, let's just use the really sharp one because that's what we need. Spookiest kitty. That's good. Okay. So a cat head is a little different than a cow. Pretty big difference. So the number one thing is probably where the teeth are. So we're going to snip that. Right about there. It's already starting to get a little bit more like what we're wanting. Okay, and then we gotta have a little nose hole. So let's go ahead and put a poke right in there. That's where we're gonna put our drill bit. We're gonna start off small. We're going to work our way up, depending on how big this nasal cavity seems like it needs to be. Bigger than that, that's for sure. My foot's kind of getting a little sleepy. Oh, nope, it's just completely asleep. Yay! Time is at 9:33. Alright, we're not doing too bad. Got a bunch of little teeth sculpted. That's starting to look more like a kitty nose. Okay. Honestly, I'm gonna take these off. I might zoom out just a smidgen so you guys can see a little bit better. I'm gonna go put this green stuff in the freezer because I think we're gonna be doing a little cutting before I need to actually get this. Leggies. I don't want this to go bad. Right foot's asleep, left one has a cramp in the heel. Hell yeah. Bones. My bones. Okay, let's put that back on. Okay, let's lock this head in. Sorry if I'm not very talkative, guys. I don't mean to not entertain. I'm just trying to focus on some real fiddly bits. But it's already starting to look a lot more like a cat skull. That needs to come down a little bit. Gives us a good little spot to put some teeth. The teeth start right about here. So right there. All the way across. Very sharp. That's gonna be good. Okay. So. It's gonna need some little teeths too. Not gonna be as big. Got that locked in there real good. So this is the skull, not just the actual mouth. So really those teeth need to come out right there. And we'll have the little ones in front. Let's use the really sharp knife. That makes sense. We just want an indentation so we can drill into it. We're going not directly down like the teeth are going to go, but we're going in because we want to have a point of this to stick in there so it actually has something to grip to. And then we're going to slowly adjust as we drill. So it's kind of like drilling in sideways and then up. But like, yeah, so starting out side, moving straight up once we get a big enough hole made. If it goes deep enough in, then we can go up. So if we just went straight up, we would go right through the edge. So we're trying to have like a little bit of a lip here. Right there. Yeah, see, very, very, very small amount of plastic right there. And that's where we're going to set that tooth. And then the other one, is gonna be right there. Right? Yeah. Let's go back in with our smallest of pin vices. Okay. Now that one seems like it might be a little bit further back than we intended. We can fix that. We're just going to cut a little bit away in the front. More than anything, we don't need them to be exactly accurate. We need them to be there to hold place where the rest of the teeth are going to kind of form from. We want it to be as close as possible, but it's okay that we're slightly off because again, they aren't going to be completely perfect. These are beasts of chaos. But we want it to be as damn close as possible so it looks like a kitty. Oh boy, we got a lot of little teeth to sculpt, huh? Yeah, okay. So, let's put a little super glue in there. Just a smidgen. I got an idea. Let's cut them and then place them. That's probably best. So just one of our little teeth. This one's going to need to be trimmed down some. Let's put that one in before we trim the other one so we don't lose it. Hi, Margot. I know, we almost lost that little tooth. Don't worry though, we'll get it. I hear her, but I do not see her. She comes in the night. The jumbo. Why are you walking around over there, girl? Shit. We're just like, Dad, here I am. Give me a second, Margot. Doing something a little fiddly. Now. Honey. There we go. That's better. A little bit closer to the front. Let's put some super glue on that and lock that in. Because that looks good. That is a good little tooth. So now let's get the other one in there. I'm not going to try to cut that because it is too small. So let's go here. Is that about the same size? Roughly. We'll make it a little bit longer than that. Right there. Let's. Yeah, these are magnetized. Fuck me. Needs to lose just a little bit more. I'm going to try to cut this one. Honey. Princess. We're going to go ahead and use a wax pen. Since my tools are all magnetized, we really don't want that fucking things up. We really don't want to drop our bit that we've been working on either, but we did that too. Where'd you go? I see one piece. Well, I lost it. Honey, I love you. You gotta stop screaming. Okay. What What did you just say to me? Alright, we're gonna have to use the tweezers. Damn it. Okay. Now, let's use something that's not magnetic to push that in. And of course, I think it has already set a little bit. Yep, super glue's already starting to dry. Alright, fuck it. We're gonna have to drill a hole deeper. We're gonna sit it down in there, and then we're gonna glue it. Because this shit's for the birds. Real tired of this shit being magnetized. Need to bust up my non-magnetic tweezers, but I'm afraid to get super glue on them. And I'm also afraid that I've not cleaned up all the magnets and I don't want to get them magnetized. So, it's a multifaceted problem here. Let's try this one more time. You, in there. Let's try it with super glue this time. Where the hell did it go? There it is. Okay. All right, well that took forever, but I think we have successfully got that in there, at least where I can work with it. Yeah. All right, let's go ahead and lock that in because I'm tired of dealing with that. And we put way too much super glue on there, so we're going to look for a little napkin real quick. Steal some of that super glue. And then glue a tissue to our hand. That's the next step. Give it a little spritz. Okay, and there are the teeth that are going to go into that one. So, there's the two little canines. This one, the shaman, is going to not have eyes. So we definitely wanted to get those eye sockets nice and open looking. And we will sculpt in the detail for that, but we needed to get the head ready. I made a pretty good amount of progress on this head just this morning. And we're going to need to sculpt a lower jaw for that one. As far as the sides of the head, I do think that that's actually good. I think those look good. that's good. That's a good scale. It's a good size. All right. 2 teepees. Yeah, I don't know if I have the patience. I don't have the time, I think, to... Yeah, we got 9 minutes, so... Alrighty. I am definitely excited to file that down and to finish these lips. They are definitely looking good, though. I'm very happy with how those little teeth came out. Little teeth. Okay. And we got teeth put into the shaman. So we've pretty much just got everyone else now. Big stretch. So, I'm thinking one of the gores is probably next. I am happy with that. They are definitely going to have some antlers. Get comfortable. I'll move that back up there. I've got to organize my tools. I really should probably do that today, but I got a pretty good amount of stuff to do already. Got another article I need to work on. So those are the feral kitty boys. Put them over there. We don't need the foil right now. Kitty boys. Gores. So, as far as their horns and whatnot, we definitely know. I think we're going to leave that mouth. As far as the rest, though, we know there's the nose is right there. So we need to sculpt around that. So let's just go ahead and lock that in there. So that's going to be where the nose is going to go. And we're putting a cavity there because I'm going to sculpt over that. So I'm just trying to lock in where the head is, what's going to be hollow, what is not. We'll go ahead and do a little mouth. Open that up a little bit so we have some depth. Depth is always good. Okay, so now we're looking at pretty much 2 pretty big holes. One for the mouth, one for the nostrils. They're wearing a helmet, so it's probably going to be similar to a Skaven style helmet, one that covers the nose. Which is funny because we hacked that off, but these did not have helmets on them, so that's why. Yeah, keep looking at those teeth, those look good. Once that's dry and I can really kind of fine tune it, they're going to be great. How big is this skull compared to that? It's definitely smaller, but he's definitely smaller. This is actually probably pretty close to the size of a gore skull. Yeah, right there. Right there with a gore skull. So, yeah, I'm very happy with how that turned out. So, that is part of the helmet still. Margot is slinking around on the other side of the shop. She's just like, Dad, are you done yet? Alrighty. So yeah, I'm pretty content with the amount of progress that we got done today. I mean, shit, we got the teeth sculpted on the Chieftain, which is like the big bag. Big bad, not big bag. Hi, Margot. Was that your brother? Thought he was in the princess chair. I thought he was being a princess. Margot says, I'm the princess. You are. Alright. So, yeah, we got teeth sculpted on the Chieftain. We got some teeth added, the eyes defined, and the nostrils, the nasal cavity defined on the Shaman. And then we've got at least a game plan started on these gores. So, whether or not I work any more on them today, I'm not sure. I've got a couple different things I got to work on. So, but yeah, no, thank you so much. And thank you, Adam, for hanging out and watching. Yeah, hopefully we can get more done tomorrow on these. I gotta wait for that green stuff to set before I feel comfortable really doing the rest of the detail on top, because man, I just don't want to ruin what I've already done. And I need to figure out, once this is dried, it's pretty dry, I need to figure out how we're gonna go about. I think it's gonna have its mouth open. I think it kind of in the middle of doing some shaman stuff will be good. And typically shamans are just like, ah. So, but yeah, all right. I think we'll probably stop here. It's 9:58. Thank you so much. Let me go through. We got Adam Mules, Mowgli, Adam Wire, USA Libertarian, Eric Wire, Possum, Roz, Etri, Gardner, Subpar, Roz, Yuri, Subpar. Yeah, that's everybody. Thank you guys so much. Lovely amount of people here today. Always happy to have honey. I'm closing up right now. She says, I want to say bye. Okay, come here. So yeah, thank you guys so much for keeping us company. Margot and I would both like to thank you for your time. It is the most precious thing that you have. It is finite. Exactly. So the fact that you like to spend it with us truly means the world to us. She's mad. Don't let that get to you. She says, we got shit to do. Get this boat moving. So yeah, thank you guys so much. If you want to support me, you can do so at the fourth wall, link in the description. But until tomorrow, until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Always sit pretty. And thank you guys again so much. Have a good one. Bye, guys. Thanks, friends.